There seems to be some confusion about earnest money deposit checks and earnest money, so often called good faith money. So I wanted to answer some of your questions. So what is this confusion? I think a lot of people don't know what it is, don't know why we're asking for it when we're representing them as a buyer's agent. So I thought I'd answer some of your questions. What is good faith money? It lets the seller know that you're serious. It allows a seller to take your offer over other offers because they know that yours is a serious offer, that you're putting some skin in the game, that you are not walking all over town writing thousands of offers hoping to see which one gets accepted first, that you're taking it seriously and that you're putting money where your mouth is. Where does the money go? So you have earnest money deposit. Let's say you deposit $20,000. That money will go towards what we call, money to close. So it goes towards your down payment. It goes towards your closing cost. It goes towards anything that you would have to bring to the settlement table as a buyer in order to go to settlement, in order to close on the house to settle. And what happens if you have a VA loan and you don't have to bring money to closing? You will still have some closing costs, but certainly if your earnest money deposit is more than your cash to close, then you will receive a refund for the difference. And can I get my money back? Yes, there are several reasons. One, I just said, if you have a larger earnest money deposit check than your cash to close, then you will get a refund. Or if during the process of going through your contingencies, you use one of the contingencies to void the contract, you will be able to get out. So if, for example, you have a home inspection contingency and you find you don't like something in the property and you can't reach an agreement with the seller, you could in fact call the contract void, depending on your contract. If you're able to call it void, you would be able to get your earnest money deposit back. If you have a HOA or condo doc review period, which is statutory, something you can't waive, you certainly have the right to void the contract using a legitimate contingency that's in your contract. You could get your earnest money deposit back. So there's really no risk. There's generally a point in the contract, in the period between ratification and settlement, where your earnest money will be at risk, because at that point, if you flake out, it's possible that the seller would take your earnest money deposit, not just let you void the contract. And the earnest money deposit is usually used as a way to just separate without having to go to court. Certainly, you always have the right, the seller, the buyer always have a right to sue someone, go to court. But that usually takes, in the DC metro area, it takes about 6 months to get to court. Oftentimes, it just makes more sense to pay the earnest money deposit and move on. Or to take the earnest money and move on. So that's kind of what the earnest money deposit is. If you have any questions, give me a call. I'm at Dana@hollish.com, or I'm at 202-271-5301. Talk to you later.